Hey, here to talk about something I've never heard anybody talk about, although I do make a lot of noise about it if you're participating in my 4-month upper register course or even just other lessons. It's the topic of embouchure encompassing everything here, or embouchure surrounding the lips, and the lips and the lip tissue itself being different and having a different kind of a strength. So most, actually maybe 100% of people think the embouchure is everything and the lips. And I used to think that too, until several events happened that caused me to think differently. There, in my opinion, is a big difference in the muscle fiber and the tissue in the red part of your lips here than the thicker muscles that surround your lips and your corners. And I want to talk to you about the difference and why you might want to explore increasing the strength of your lips in addition to your embouchure. Now, they're not totally separate. In other words, if you're going to be working on the strength of your lips, your corners and your embouchure will come into play. If you're going to be working on lip flexibility, lip slurs, and glissandos, things like that, your lip strength will get affected, and it comes into play. So they are interrelated, of course. But, for example, if you've ever had the feeling of playing for a long time, and you feel like your chops are kind of giving out on you, but you notice that you can still play, but it feels like your lips bottom out on the mouthpiece. They just kind of keep caving in. Part of that is, yes, the corners are getting fatigued here. They are getting fatigued. But the real reason that's happening is the muscle fiber here can no longer plump up and create that cushion that you need on the horn. Remember, if that cushion goes away, your range runs out, and so does your playing. In fact, that's the whole reason that we all have a maximum range, regardless of how high it is. Your high range actually quits when you're using the maximum amount of pressure, and you go that one step further and no more sound or note will come out. That's because you've stopped the vibration of your lips. And as a result, you have no more cushion left. You're like really jamming the mouthpiece on hard. Obviously, we want to have the strength in our lips, keep our lips puckered and plump when we're playing, not have them be all the way stretched out to where the pressure is cutting off all the vibration. So, how can you really tell the difference in lip strength? Well, I'm going to be posting another video I did quite a while ago. It's actually the second hardest technique of the 75 techniques in my course. Is the triple octave scale. The triple octave scale is actually done in one breath and has gone up and down in 3 octaves with no tonguing. What makes that so hard is you have to roll in your lips and your embouchure in real time, and you don't get the ability to cheat and re-attack and restart the tone with your tongue or with your breath. We all know if we go high and we take a breath or we tongue, that gives us a little bit of advantage to keep either going higher to make that higher note easier, right? But if you start low and only tongue one note and go all the way up, come all the way back down smooth and fluid, you have to have a lip strength to roll in your embouchure in real time. Rolling in your embouchure because you're actually contracting the space or the aperture to be able to speed up the air. That's one way that we get compression. So you have to be able to do that in real time. Yeah, your chops in your corners here may help out a little bit, but it's your lips doing the heavy lifting. And if you don't have that lip strength, you're not going to be able to get the most out of your playing and the smoothness and the ease of getting around the horn. So I'm going to be posting that video to further show the difference in lip strength and embouchure strength. Embouchure strength, as we all know, is when you're there's a lot of ways to demonstrate it, but basically when you're doing simple lip slurs. Okay, I felt, yeah, my lips are doing this, blah, 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 but I'm feeling most of the muscle contraction here. in the corners in the embouchure. And so as a result, if you're working on the old tried and true methods that you've heard from everywhere, on the forums, from past trumpet teachers, from current trumpet teachers, from your friends, from professionals that you may know or work with, the same stuff comes up all the time. Practice long tones, practice scales up an octave, try taking things up an octave, and lip slurs or lip flexibility exercises. Those are all great for building up your embouchure and your chops to a certain point. They won't really increase your range to your absolute potential. The reason why? Because it lacks that one awesome ingredient called momentum. And momentum combined with a plethora of techniques hitting you from all angles is what will really bring out the best in your playing and maximize your power and strength. So long tones, scales, practicing up an octave, and lip trills and lip slurs. You hear that all the time. In fact, go ask somebody right now, go to your local college or university and say you want to learn, you want to play higher, how can you do it? You're probably going to hear part of that or all of that and not much else. And that's only going to take you so far. It's not going to bring out your maximum and your best. So there are things that you can do to strengthen your lips. And there's a ton of things to do, but probably the most basic heavy lifting technique for pure lip strength is a simple free lip buzz. You got to be able to lip buzz. And now, here's the catch-22 about lip buzzing. If you, sorry about that. If you lip buzz too loudly or for too long of a time, you're going to really screw yourself up. So that's why a lot of people poo-poo lip buzzing, or they say, oh, don't lip buzz because it's not realistic to what we're doing on the trumpet. Lip buzzing is a tool, and it's one of the best tools to increase the lip strength. And you will find that if you do a little bit of lip buzzing and use that as to complement maybe your lip slurs, your lip trills, pedal tones, and other things that you're doing for the physical part of the horn, you're going to see better results and quicker results. That's just the way it is, because you're working on the one thing that most people don't work on, and that's actually this tissue here in the red part of your lip. Don't believe me? This is kind of gross, but go look at a cadaver. Go to your university medical school if they'll let you do it, or watch videos. You'll see that they can actually take the whole skin and your face comes off like a mask. It's actually really gross. But when you notice that the muscle fibers and the tissues here, pay careful attention. The tissue here is very feather-like, but this here is different. I would say almost kind of gristly-like. It's just a different kind of tissue. It's not the same tissue as the muscles that surround the lips. It just is what it is. It's science. It's anatomy. So back to lip buzzing. Now, but when you notice that the muscle fibers and the tissues here, pay careful attention. The tissue here is very feather-like, but this here is different. I would say almost kind of gristly-like. It's just a different kind of tissue. It's not the same tissue as the muscles that surround the lips. It just is what it is. It's science. It's anatomy. So back to lip buzzing. Now, there's a lot more stuff that you can do to increase the strength of your lips. Also, just a caveat that building lip strength is not really a do-it-yourselfer. People tend to find themselves in more trouble and playing worse if they don't have the help of someone who actually has been there and done it and over and over and knows what they're doing. The simple reason is because it's kind of a stealth technique, and so you can do it and feel great, and after a couple of days you just shot yourself in the foot. You feel like you can't play, you can't get a buzz out. Chances are you were probably lip buzzing in the car, or lip buzzing doing something, you weren't paying attention to the time, or you're buzzing way too loud. Some people have this logic. There is a logic to it. If I can buzz loud and buzz high, that's just going to make me that much better of a player, right? Wrong. If you buzz too loud and too long, you're just going to actually screw yourself up. You're going to numb all this in here and make it too stiff, and it's just not going to vibrate. As a result, your range is going to drop down lower. So, getting back into lip buzzing, you can do a couple different things. You can do scales and arpeggios, target different notes. I have a whole system that I use for lip buzzing in the upper register program, in the brass upper register program. And by the way, this is for all brass players. If you have to buzz your lips into a mouthpiece, regardless of what instrument that you play, this technique is viable for you. And the thing is, it's not just about going up, it's also about going down low. So, if I were to start on a concert B flat, buzz my lips, I would hope to be able to get down several octaves, nice and relaxed. That was actually a triple pedal C lip buzz. And when you get down there, I don't call it a true lip buzz, because if you notice what's happening is you have a lip buzz combo lip flap or lip flutter. But still, if you can make that triple pedal C or triple pedal B flat come out like that, that would be an octave higher on the double. You have to have some degree of flexibility to be able to do that. Another one would be to do what singers do. You know, when you hear singers go, ah, and they go down low, you can kind of do that on your lips. You hear that? Just kind of wean all the way down to pedal C, double pedal C, and then all the way down to triple pedal C. You have to have some degree of lip flexibility and lip sensitivity in this part, not just talking about here. We're not really working anything here. This is now all about the lips. This could be nice and pliable and flexible, strong. If your lips are screwed and they're too tight, they're too brittle, you're not going to be able to do what I just did. So you might want to try that. And by the way, that's a culmination of a lot of years of working on lip buzzing. And so you might, if you find yourself not being able to do that, you can get with somebody, or you can get with me. I tend to do a lot of lip buzzing techniques that will allow you to really maximize your potential. So you got to be able to go down, you got to be able to go up. I'm not playing this loudly or buzzing loudly. Just an easy lip buzz. Let me see if I can get a little bit higher. Okay, got a little chunk of the double C there. So think about it. If you're causing your lips to vibrate that fast, there is some lip tension. It has to be there, right? Let me show you what happens when there's no lip tension, because I've noticed there's a lot of professionals out there also teaching. They're trying to say use no lip tension. Here's no lip tension, okay? Get it? So when you hear people saying no, don't use any lip tension, that's no lip tension. You have to have some degree of lip tension. What they probably really mean is don't use too much tension, and that's kind of ambiguous, right? So just so you know, when you hear people say, well, you shouldn't have any lip tension at all when you're playing, it should be totally relaxed, totally effortless. No, because if you have no lip tension, it's this. There's no lip tension there. You're not going to get anything except for maybe some double pedal tones to come out. A little bit of tension. A little bit more. Just a little bit. And then let's see if I can get the next one to come out. There we go. That was quite a lot of attention, or a lot of tension to get that note to compress out. That was a double C on my lips. So, I hope this little talk about lip strength and corners, and we know the corners again. I mean, most people know about the embouchure and the corners because, you know, that's all you've ever heard about. That's pretty much all corner strength for me. My lips are doing a little fish movement when I'm doing it, but I'm not really engaging a lot of musculature and a lot of tension, a lot of contraction of my lips. It's really, they're kind of moving in and out like a little fish movement when I'm doing the lip trill, but it's this here is doing the heavy lifting. And you already know about that, right? Lip trills, lip slurs, glissandos. So the whole purpose of this informative little tutorial is to hopefully open up your eyes to the possibility that there is a different kind of strength happening here in your lips. It's a different kind of strength, and it requires a different approach. You have to tackle it a different way, and you have to think outside the box and do different techniques. So when you build this and the strength of this along with this, wow. I mean, wow. Wait till you experience the results and that newfound strength where you can just really grip the mouthpiece and everything feels awesome. You got the cushion there, you got the lip pucker, and it just won't go away. You got lots of strength. In fact, one thing that I've noticed, in fact, when you hear me, I have to be honest with you, I haven't even played my horn today. I haven't. So the one thing about developing your lip strength is you have the feeling that when you pick up the horn, you're already kind of half warmed up. So I haven't warmed up today, but I know that I can still get on the horn. Now, really, I haven't warmed up. Just what you saw me do here. I'm at the college here. Just thought I would make this video.